Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey, the greatest show on earth. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Barnum 200.
I am ready now, man.
Oh, absolutely.
You get me pumped up.
Absolutely. Well, that's my job, baby.
How long you been a ringmaster?
I've been the ringmaster for Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey for over 13 years now.
And you're relatively young.
I'm young, I'm pretty, I'm fast, I'm pretty.
And you're Muhammad Ali.
Oh, man, baby.
You
Speaking
float
of
like
Kentucky,
you float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
I float like a butterfly and I dance on sawdust.
Now, you know, he is known as the Louisville Lip.
I know.
So you got to be careful here in this town.
He's proud of Kentucky. Come on now.
Louisville
this state
versus
produced
University of Kentucky. That's a big rivalry, my friend.
Yeah, but you all produced one of the greatest athletes of all time. That's a big, big, big deal.
That is a very, very big deal. Johnathan, what can people expect this weekend?
You can expect from the greatest show on earth, the longest running hit show in the history of the world, 141 years and going strong. We've been around longer than Coca-Cola, longer than Major League Baseball. We are an American stable that's here to stay. You can expect the greatest show on earth, as you do every year, as you get every single year. This show is packed full of spectacle, magic, and bombast. We are celebrating the 200th anniversary of the birth of the great P.T. Barnum, America's foremost showman, the greatest showman that ever lived, that even in his senior years, he created the greatest show on earth. This is how we got it. I mean, he created the show after he retired from all his other stuff.
Right.
And so that's how incredible he was. But this show promises daredevils, it promises acrobats, it promises strongmen that will be attempting to bench press over half a ton of weight. It promises spectacular music. It promises everything you can't imagine. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss the show. It's going to be something marvelous. We have a pre-show before every show that happens. 1 hour before the show, you can come down to the arena floor, which your ticket is free with admission. You can come down on the arena floor and meet the performers, meet our animals, meet the clowns, try on vintage costumes, and it's hosted by the world-renowned America's favorite cowboy, third-generation cowboy, Andre McLean.
You mentioned half a ton of weight.
Half a ton of weight. Yeah.
Half a ton.
Absolutely.
I mean, a ton is what, 2,500 pounds?
A ton is 2,000 pounds.
2,000.
Yeah.
So half a ton would be 1,000 pounds.
Yes.
To lift.
Yep.
How can any human being do that?
Don't ask me. I just announce. I'm stunned by it every night. I don't know how he does it. I really don't know how he does it. I just stay on my feet. I'm the big mouth with the big top hat. I know my place.
And that's to stay away from the weight. Yeah. And I'm sure stay away from some of the animals. I mean, tigers, of course.
They're not, I mean, they're nothing to fear. It's about respecting the animals. I mean, see, this is why we've been in business for so long. And, you know, if anyone saw Water for Elephants, even that fictitious movie actually kept mentioning Ringling Brothers throughout the script, because we've always been the creme de la creme. We've always been the height of ethics and in this arena. You know, you have to understand, every time you buy a ticket to the greatest show on earth, you become an animal conservationist. Yeah. Because you're actually helping us extend the lives of the great Asian elephant. We have a Center for Elephant Conservation down in Central Florida, and it's been highly successful, highly touted. Just look at the records outside that talk about it. We've had over 23 calf births since 1995. That's an incredible and extraordinary number of calves being born. And so outside of Southeast Asia, we have the largest population of Asian elephants. There's no organization really out there that does what we do for this endangered species. So I always invite people to learn about our animals. I invite them to do their own thinking. You can go to elephantcenter.com and find out, you know, how organizations like Ringling Brothers actually do take care of these marvelous, marvelous creatures. It's a wonderful thing to put, you know, when your coworker is 10,000 pounds. It's pretty comforting, and you know you can never overshadow that.
He's got your back.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you know, look, they have their own personalities, and that's why we have experts. And these experts have been with many of these animals for, I mean, years. We have a gentleman who's been there for over 40 years. And so mostly every expert has been working with animals since they were 5, 6 years old. This is what they do. It's like many of the performers who've been doing what they do. They've been doing it since they were babies, and that's why they're so good at it. You build a relationship with your body, you build a relationship with the apparatus, you build a relationship with that which you're interacting with. And so that's how that works. So I really enjoy being around the animals. I always feel completely safe because we have the personnel in place. And you just have to have common sense. They are wild. They are what they are. There's no such thing as domesticated animal. They are what they are. And as long as you respect that, you're always going to be okay.
How many trucks does it take to get from town to town?
Well, it actually takes over 61 train cars.
Wow.
We travel on the world's largest privately owned train, the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey train, and everybody has their own little suites or apartments on the train. We live there, we travel there. It's a unique existence because not only do you go to work and work alongside these marvelous people, but you live with them too.
Yeah.
So we're in each other's lives all day, and that's good and bad. But it's quite an experience, you know. So yeah, it takes about 61 train cars to take everything, 300 performers and staff members and crew. Of course, the animals as well. We do have some performers and crew that travel by trailer. We do have trucks that do go overland for our bigger equipment and certain things like that. I believe the Tigers actually travel by way of truck and stuff like that. But it's a big machine, and I think if people really knew what goes into putting together the greatest show on earth, or a circus period, they would never use it in a negative connotation like circus is often used. Every time we hear circus, it's always related to chaos and disorder, you know, or we hear about clowns, it's always in the negative. And, you know, I told somebody recently, I said, there's no way in the world you're going to dare insult my clowns by comparing these politicians in Washington to them.
Yeah.
Those people are buffoons. These clowns are talented.
Yes, exactly. Well, Johnathan, before we wrap up here, I need you to give me one more big Ringmaster shout-out.
I tell you, people can never get enough. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, I've been your Ringmaster, Johnathan Lee Iverson, of the greatest show on earth, and you've been listening to 92.9 WLXX, Lexington's #1 for country!
Awesome. Thank you very, very much. That's awesome.